Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have several crafts that I need to get done. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so I'm starting off today's video with this water bottle. I got this in a case actually from Amazon some months ago, and I still have some left, so I figured I would go ahead and craft with this. As I read, I'll explain what all this is for. So the crafts you see today, I am preparing for a business expo at my church. We have about 2 per year, and I'm usually a part of it. And so the crafts that you see today will be the options that will be on my table. This time around, I'm going to have some Christian options, some winter and holiday options. Of course, since it is November, I want to at least also have some Christmas and winter options on my table as well. So as you see, this says trust God. Let's get this. Trust God and chill. And of course, I think this is fitting since it is going on a water bottle. Okay, so the crafts that I'm making today will be items that can be purchased. And I will have a display only side. And usually what I do with the display only side, if people see something that they like, they can place an order. And then, I will create it for them and give it to them at a later date. So, but these items today are all going to be for sale. They're going to be on my for sale side of my table. So, as I said, I'm starting with this water bottle. I am going to get it wiped down. And these are usually pretty successful. We usually have several people that are in our church who participate in this. So here we go. I'm just trying, there's a seam on each side, so I'm just trying to make sure that that the seams are on the side and I don't put the design on the seam. Okay, so I'm going to start with adding this cross on this side and just push down the middle, push my sides down, and grab my scraper. I definitely do the shirts. I do those more to order. Sometimes I have some that can be purchased right then and there, which I will have 2, but I'll also have some other ones that are just display and where they can place an order for it. There's actually only one item in today's video that won't be sold because it will be the item that I wear the day of the expo. So, but I am wearing that. Well, when we get to that one, I'll give you more of an explanation. Okay, so let's get this one on here. All right. And we're good. Our first item is complete. And again, it says trust God and chill. And then we have the cross on the other side. All right, let's move on. All right, so for this next one, I have these 2 keychains. These are just some faux leather keychains that I got from Amazon. And I'm actually going to have more than 2 on the table, but I figured that I'd show you 2 of the options that will be on the table. And so I'm just going to get this cut, and then I will get these weeded. I'm going to go ahead and weed these. Okay, so I have all of my vinyl weeded, and for one of them it says not perfect but forgiven, and then this for the other one, it both sides will say Jesus loves me. Okay, so let's get these let's get these pressed. So I'm gonna do the not perfect on that, right on that side, and then I'll flip it and put but forgiven, and then this one it'll say Jesus loves me. Okay, I have my heat mat. My heat mat here, heat press mat. Can't get it together what it is. Okay, here's my heat press mat. And I want to get this to be as centered as I can. Not perfect. All right, so I'm going to put a piece of parchment paper over it and get this pressed. I have my heat press mini on 1, so 1 wavy line, which is low. I don't want to overheat my faux leather here. Okay, and that's that one. Let's go with this one. Okay, and let's pull this off. All right, that's not ready. I think I need to give my J just a little more heat. All right, I'll let that sit. Let's see what the not perfect, how that came out. It came out perfect. Wonderful. Okay, now let's put the but forgiven on this side. All right, I'm gonna let that sit for a moment. Let me check this one. Much better. Yes. All right, let's do the other side. Okay, so my camera died, and I believe this is where we were. So we have Jesus loves me. I'm gonna pull that off, and that looks really good on both sides. And then we have this one, and that looks good too. So we have not perfect, but forgiven. So, all right, so these 2 are done. There are going to be more of these on the table with different sayings on it, but I just wanted to give you guys an example of 2 of them. If you're interested in these faux leather keychains, I will have them linked down in the description box. All right, let's move on. All right, so we have this plastic cup with the lid and straw. It came in a pack of 4, I believe, from Hobby Lobby. You can get them from different places. Of course, you know there are some of them that have the Starbucks label on them, and you can find designs where they have the hole already cut out for that Starbucks label, just in case you're interested in that. I'm going to begin weeding this. This is a lot to weed, so I'm pretty sure I'm not going to weed all of it on camera, but I'll start here and get some of it weeded out. I got this design from, I think I got this one from Etsy or Creative Fabrica. I think it was Etsy, but regardless, I'll have it linked down below. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish weeding both the red and the white vinyl, and then we will apply it. Okay, that did take a while to weed, and trust me, you would not have wanted to watch that the entire time. All right, so we have the white and we have the red. We are going to start with, actually, we're going to start with the red. And we're going to start with the red because, as you can see here, they have these little coffee cups on them and these white hearts that are here. These white hearts will go on top of the coffee cup. So we have to start with the red first. So let's do that. I'm gonna grab some transfer tape. All right, so I have my piece here, and everything wants to curl at the moment, so I'm gonna expose just a little bit of my transfer tape. I think this will be the easiest way of getting this laid down. So I'm gonna do that and just bring this down over top. All right, let's give this a burnish. And really, oh man, I should have done the white first on here, because then I could have layered them all on the transfer tape, so I can just put everything down all at one time. And of course I didn't think about that. I was thinking about the cup itself. So hopefully this goes okay. Okay, wow. Please tell me what you call it when something is beyond a labor of love. Wowzers, that was a lot. There was no way I could have had all of that on camera, because it would have been torture to watch. Like, it was a lot. But it's done. It looks good. I'm grateful that it came out so well, but wowzers, like, Okay, now let me show it to you. It came out so good, but that just took so much more than I thought it would. It's good, and I'm grateful. So this is our winter holiday cup that will be on the sale side of the table. Okay, I am going to clean up and move on to the next one. Okay, so the last 3 projects are all going to be iron-on projects. So we have 2 that are HTV and we have 1 that is DTF. So I'm going to get them all ready and basically assembled, get them all ready for the heat press. And I'm going to take them all at one time. That makes the most sense to me. So I'm going to, obviously, I'm already weeding here. And I'm going to show you in a moment what this design will go on. Okay, got it all weeded. And of course this says winter. And we're going to add these 2 in here. And right, hold on. Wrong one. And it just, y'all know how much I've mentioned several times how I'm always cold. I don't do well in the cold. Although I was raised where it gets cold. And hold on. Okay, it says I don't winter well. When I saw this, I was like, yep, gotta add it. I don't winter well. And I just have a snowflake here, and I'm gonna show you where that goes. So let me bring out this shirt. This is the shirt. It's just a sweatshirt that I got from Walmart. And I'm going to put the snowflake here on the pocket. And the writing is going to go in the back. So on the back it'll say I don't winter well, and then on the front it'll just have a snowflake on there. All right, let me bring out the next one. Okay, so we just have a black t-shirt here, and yes, the weather is changing. It's getting cooler. You know, there are some people who still wear t-shirts in the winter. And then the other thing is, even if you don't wear a t-shirt, I mean, somebody could purchase it for another time. It's also going to be on the table. So if someone sees it and they like it and they would prefer it in a hoodie, a sweatshirt, a long sleeve shirt, they could purchase it. They could place an order for it in the long sleeve. So, but of course, as a model, it is a little easier and less expensive to have the t-shirt, and then people see it and then they just place the order for what they want. And of course, it doesn't have to be in this particular color. It can be in a different color if somebody would like it in a different color. All right, I am going to weed these middles. Okay, so I have both colors weeded, and this one says, but God, and then this goes over this way, And before I put it down, it says, "There was no way, but God made a way." So it goes right in here. Just like that. And that's what this one will look like that. Let me put it on the shirt just so you can see it really quickly, and then I'll show you the last shirt. All right, so this is what it would look like on the shirt. There's the glare. Let me see if I can, the glare from the light. There we go. All right. That is the second shirt. We have one more shirt, so I'm gonna bring that one out. Okay, so here is the last shirt. This is my shirt. So this is the only one that won't be on the table. It will be on me, but I will be advertising as well with this shirt. This is the color Sage, and I got this from Michaels. And this is the DTF. So I designed this, and it just says Union. That is the name of my church. And if you are familiar with the 90s sitcom Martin, I'll pop a picture of it on the screen. These were how the letters were for the show. So I just took the inspiration and the letters, and I created my own for my church. So I'm gonna wear this, so if anybody is interested in ordering one, they'll see it on me, and they can order it with any color shirt other than black that they'd like. So that is the last one that will be pressed. So I'm just gonna cut off this excess film, and like I said, I created the logo, and I created this design, and then sent it off so I could get the DTF transfer for it. All right. Those are all the things that I'm going to be taking to the heat press. So I'll see you at my heat press. Okay, so all of my shirts are done. I'm gonna pull this off. That looks good. So cute. Very simple front. And let's see how the back did. Okay, it looks good. This blue here is the 405 Hobby Lobby iron-on brand. This is the first time that I am using their iron-on. I've used their puff and their felt, I think that's what it, vinyl before, but I've never used the regular vinyl. And I liked how it pressed. I was able to do a hot peel with it, so I could get the white HTV on there, and it looks really good. All right, so there's the I Don't Winter Well with our little snowflake on the front. Let me bring the next one. This one transferred really well. It looks so good. I love these colors together. It's like this shimmery blue color. You might be able to see a little bit of the shimmer in there. And that's, I believe that is a part of the Tech Wrap Metallic HTV. So this is so good. I love it. I hope that someone else loves it and they decide that they want to purchase it. Okay, let's go to the last shirt. All right, here is my Union Martin inspired t-shirt. Now this one I will have to press again. I only did one press. And with DTF, you should do 2 presses. You do the original press, and then once it cools down, you do the second press. So I will do that off camera, but this looks so good. And one thing I love about DTF is that you can have multiple colors, and you do 1 press, and that is it. So if you haven't given DTF a try, give it a try. It is awesome. I absolutely love it. And I love my shirt. It looks so good. Okay. Those were all the projects that I had that I needed to prep for the Business Expo. So let's look at them again. Okay, you guys. So we have our Trust God and Chill water bottle, and we have the 2 keychains, and like I mentioned, there will be more options on the table. And the winter/Christmas cup, which was a lot of work, but it came out so good and I'm excited about that. And then we have the sweatshirt, I Don't Winter Well, the t-shirt, But God, and then the Union shirt that I will be wearing. I think everything turned out great. I'm excited to have my table all set up. I want to thank you all for watching today's video. I hope you were inspired to make some items of your own that you can either use for gifting for the holiday season or just making something for yourself. And I'm happy that I was able to add in some Christian items as well as winter/Christmas items for my table. Before you go, don't forget to like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss a future video of mine. Until next time, later CV crew.